Let's go to Berlin, where German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is hosting Qatar's Emir, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Let's have a listen to what he has to say.
$3 billion. We open regional offices for Volkswagen and other small and medium companies in Doha. We have discussed our readiness to host the World Cup in Qatar, and we are ready to welcome the German fans in our country. The German fans asked around 600,000 tickets to attend the World Cup. We have bilateral links, and we have the German role in the peace talks sponsored by Qatar in Afghanistan and Chad. We discussed the efforts of Qatar in Afghanistan and the evacuation of thousands to so many destinations. We agreed that there are a lot of challenges that we need to face with the international community in order to pave the way for a good standard of living for the Afghan people. We are very proud and happy to evacuate 1,000 Germans from Kabul, and we thank those also who have cooperated with Germany. We discussed the international developments to sort out the problems with Iran regarding the nuclear program. This is the role of Qatar that has been always played in the region. Thank you very much for welcoming and for having me here. A question to His Highness. Your Highness, following your visit to Iran, where you discussed the nuclear program, what are the latest developments in this connection, particularly after the Qatari mediation and working with the friendly country in Europe and the States? Yes, we spoke during the visit about the importance of having an agreement between Iran and the European countries and the United States in order to sort out this matter in a peaceful way. We're always optimistic normally in this dialogue in this regard, but we are not mediators, we are not official mediators, but we always want to sort out problems in a very peaceful way. We hope a solution will be reached. This is the policy of Qatar always. We believe in sorting out the disputes in a peaceful way. We in the Gulf region with Iran, we must have dialogue with all other parties in order to sort out all the problems between countries. We hope an agreement will be reached very soon between all parties, and if they ask Qatar officially, we are ready to help and we are ready to mediate, to put an end to this dispute. A question to His Highness. Qatar is a small country, but is a very important player on the geopolitical domain. Also, when it comes to gas, Qatar is playing an important role. How did you find such an ambition? I did not hear the first part of the question. Would you please repeat the first part of the question?
Okay, perfect. Qatar is a small country, but a very big player regarding geopolitics, sports, investments, and now with the gas deal, you will be even more powerful. What is your goal? What drives you?
Well, first of all, speaking about sport, there's a big passion about sport in my country, whether it was participating or as teams or also as organizing big events. This is a passion that we have. It's something that we've been doing for many, many years, and we're very proud that we're going to be hosting the World Cup in November. Gas, we've been investing for many years in LNG.
كذلك هناك استثمارات بخصوص الطاقة والغاز، ونحن نفخر بهذا بهذه التوسعة
in November. Gas, we've been investing for many years in LNG, and we're very proud that hopefully the expansion will be there's a gas expansion that will be ready hopefully by 2026. We understand now the energy security is very important, and gas is playing a very vital role, and it's going to be very important for the transition period as well. So this is investment that is very important for us, and we're looking forward as well that especially in the gas sector that to explore new markets. Europe is a very interesting market, and we discussed this with the Chancellor as well this morning, how to develop this relationship with Europe. We understand that the energy crisis has been there for a while. It's got even deeper after the war in Europe, but it was also before the war in Europe. So we're very happy that, we're very proud that we could also contribute on the stability of the energy market. Thank you.
سؤالي لدولة المستشار كيف ترى مستقبل العلاقات القطرية
الألمانية؟ As we said, the relations between Germany and Qatar are very good. The relations are developing, and we have a lot of domains to work and to support and to increase. We spoke about the cooperation in order to overcome the problems in the region, the Afghani matter. We have talked about it, and it's quite important to work together very closely in order to achieve, and the future will prove this. We are quite connected when it comes to economy. It's not because of the current situation and because of the gas imports. Also, the imports and exports from both countries are increasing, and this is an expression about the good relations between our both countries. We need to continue this, and we need to improve this. When it comes to the energy, it's an important matter for us. Germany wants to improve its infrastructure in order to have gas pipes and to import gas through ships, and Qatar is playing this big role in our strategy. Also, we understood that this matter is not related to Germany. There are so many countries that are not on the coastal road and on the Northern Sea ports, and they need to be supported, and Qatar can play a role in this regard. This is quite important. We talk about the contract with Iran. We hope that we can have an agreement to be put on the table of negotiations and to be accepted by all the parties concerned in order to not to waste this chance.
Den Vorschlag machen, das jetzt auch abzuschließen, damit das nicht eine Möglichkeit bleibt, die vorbeigeht.
Your Highness, is there a certain quantity to export energy? When it comes to the World Cup, you said that you want to welcome the German fans in Qatar. What about the German gays? Do you think they must stay in Germany?
German guests, or do they have to stay home? Und Herr Scholz, Sie hatten ja das repressive Regime in Afghanistan angesprochen. Das gibt es ja auch in Katar, zum Beispiel für schwule Menschen. Kann die deutsche Nationalmannschaft?
Let me ask first your first part, your technical question about the quantities of energy. We have said that the quantities will be doubled between 2023 to 2027. The quantities will be doubled. This is a very technical matter, and I'm not an expert to give you the full answer.
Hopefully, first delivery in 2026, 2027. So these technical issues, are, as I said, they're very technical. I'm not the best expert in answering this question, but whatever we can provide for energy security in Europe, even during this period, we will make sure that we can provide. The other question, listen, everybody's welcome in Doha. we do not stop anybody from coming to Doha with any different backgrounds, any different belief. Qatar is a very welcoming country. We have millions of people that come and visit our country. And the World Cup is a great opportunity for people from different parts of the world to come and experience our culture. We will not stop anybody from coming, visiting and enjoying the football. But I want also everybody to come and understand and enjoy also the culture, to see different cultures as well. We all live in one planet, but each of us have different cultures. We welcome everybody, but also we expect and we want people to respect our culture. So this is my answer going to be for you. Thank you.
The German fans will go to Qatar to celebrate with the teams. And when it comes to human rights, we discuss these matters. We have done this before. And today, when it comes to the laborers' rights, a lot of changes has been entered in this connection. A lot of legal relations have been inserted in order to boost the relations between the owners of the businesses and the laborers. And I know there is always a good chance to improve. There's always a good room to improve. And we cannot forget the very great efforts that have taken me to politics. First of all, my attitude to defend the rights of the laborers. We have a lot of consultations and discussions, and this is part of our visit today.
Das wird also ein Teil unserer Gespräche sein, die wir miteinander haben, und das gehört sich auch so.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
If you're just joining us, we've been listening to the German Chancellor, Olaf Scholz, who was hosting Qatar's Emir, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani in Berlin, just giving a press conference there to the media. Germany has, of course, been looking to Qatar for alternatives to Russian energy, and the German Chancellor is saying that Qatar will play a central role in our strategy of diversifying away from Russian gas. We're just looking at the latest pictures there of that press conference. Let's go to Dominic Kane in Berlin. You've been listening into that press conference. What stood out for you?
What stood out there is there's no question that both sides are very keen to carry on discussing with each other this idea of Qatari liquid natural gas being part of the solution to Germany's problems, but remembering that Germany wants to get itself off, to wean itself off Russian fossil fuels as quickly as possible. And so it's pretty clear from the German government that's what they want to do. They see this potential deal with Qatar as helping them to do that. But there are some serious sticking points with a potential deal with Qatar, 3 points that stand out. And we didn't hear those points being addressed in what we just heard from both sides there. Expressions of interest, of intent, of solidarity, friendship, but no really clear detail about what exactly a deal between these two countries for LNG delivery would entail. And
it wasn't just energy that they were talking about. They talked about a number of other things, including human rights. What did you make of the comments on that?
One of the things that viewers need to have in mind when they consider meetings between the Emir of Qatar and the German Chancellor is the geopolitical element. So, obviously, we heard about gas. The human rights angle. Here in Germany, there is a loud, vociferous body which looks at the state of Qatar and has concerns about human rights, particularly, as we heard in some of the questions, quite pointed questions to both speakers there about the situation for particular minorities in society were they to travel to Qatar. So we heard from the Emir of Qatar quite clearly that all are welcome in Qatar, but he hoped that that different cultures would come together, but there would be respect for Qatari culture. From the German perspective, clearly, human rights is a very central plank of policy, as it were, particularly for this chancellor, a social democrat chancellor. So it is interesting that it may not necessarily be the most clear meeting of minds between these two men on that particular angle, but it did stand out as being an interesting element, which the journalists there were quite clear to ask pointed questions about.
OK, thank you for that. Dominic Kane there for us in Berlin.